Thank you again. My name is Jorge, and I've been an amateur triathlete now for a few years. And I've learned some lessons along the way that I want to share with you guys. So, for those of you who are not familiar with triathlons, these are races. They're events that combine three disciplines: swimming, cycling, and running. They take place one after the other nonstop. The distances vary widely from 60 miles all the way to over 140 miles for an Ironman. And they're absolutely fascinating, paradoxical events with moments of joy and elatedness, with absolute horror and pain. Like this one for me. This picture was taken right after the swim in my first triathlon. And I would rather have gotten hit with a medieval flail upside the head than to have gone to that swim start. It was horrible. But in the end, I got through it. And when I crossed the finish line, I was elated. It was a transformational experience for me. I learned a great deal about myself. And since then, I've been quite a few events that have taught me some lessons about personal, business, and community life that I want to share with you guys today. So, starting with the swim. You're sitting there at the beach. You have your friends, your family around you. Your heart's racing. You're watching other groups go in front of you. Your mind is also racing. You're thinking, don't zigzag, sight, aim for the buoys. But there's something much bigger, much more profound going on behind all of this. And that's the fact that you've set out a goal to do a triathlon. And that goal is about to become a reality. Now, most of us know, understand, and even respect the power of goal setting, right? But when you set a goal and you share it with other people, that goal takes on a whole other meaning. And that was a big lesson I learned is, yeah, set a goal, but share it with others. Because when you do that, that outward commitment is kind of a contract among you and those people. It not only builds your community of supporters, but it further pushes you into the completion of that goal. You need the community, you need the push, because in triathlons you go from swimming to cycling. And that's more than just pedaling, right? It's a race, so you want to go as fast as possible. But you still have to save your legs for the run. So technique and endurance are extremely important, but so is efficiency. And triathletes are obsessed with efficiency. In fact, you'll never see one going down the road, riding a bike, holding an umbrella. This guy's going to show you that it's not really all that efficient. But you will see bikes and helmets that are designed to squeeze every last bit of resource that the athlete has in the tank to get to the run. And that was a big lesson I learned, is to become more efficient with my resources. So whether you're using the Kobe method with your smartphone to get the most out of your day, or right here, we're using our collective brain power to make mission revitalizing better. In triathlons, though, you still have to make a transition from cycling to running. That's a tough transition to make. You're fatigued, you've been cycling a ton of miles, you hop off the bike, and you take off running, and your legs feel like absolute gel. And it takes some getting used to, but you get back in a groove, you get back to running. But then cone after cone, mile after mile, fatigue, both mental and physical, begins to kick in. And you run into these huge obstacles like a major hill, and you think to yourself, how am I going to do this? But you put your head down, one foot in front of the other, next thing you're at the top. You see, the mind actually wants to give up well before the body does. And what that tells me is that all of us, including our state, have much more inside ourselves than sometimes life leads us to believe that we do. And that's because the capacity to be extraordinary is an innate human ability. Take Aaron, for example. He's the guy on the left. He only has 10% of his eyesight. He's legally blind. To race, he's tethered to a buddy so he can feel his way around the course. He's a professional triathlete. Then you have Rudy, who at the age of 5 had to have both of his legs amputated. But 2 years ago, at the age of 22, he was the first double above the knee amputee to complete an Ironman distance event. That's 112 miles on a bike and a marathon. This guy did it. What I got from them? They didn't ask for permission to be extraordinary. They just plowed through the excuses that life handed them, and they said, we're going to choose to be extraordinary, and we're going to be fueled with our own actions. So that led me to ask myself, and really all of us, what excuses are preventing us from achieving the spectacular? Could we maybe elevate the standards of ourselves, of our industry, of our community, if we were to harness our inner strengths and just catapult us to do something absolutely phenomenal? Ultimately, guys, achievement is a choice. When we combine purpose, commitment, and action together, we unlock the extraordinary inside all of us, including our state. And there are lots of channels to do this, right? Triathlons were one for me, there are others in my life, and you certainly have had some in your life. And through this journey of life, we pick up lessons. Yeah, set a goal, but share with other people, right? Be efficient with your resources, ask for permission to do something really cool. It all comes down to one thing, is that we get one shot at life, one shot at reaching our full potential as people, as a community, one shot at making a real difference in the world, starting right here by making our state extraordinary once again. Let the lessons that we learn matter much more. We can enjoy the journey and make it count. Thank you so much for your time, Jorge.